as we get ready for our practice. Let's begin by bending the knees, step the feet up to the mat. And let's grab opposite elbows, at least to start. As you lay the hands behind you, the arms, you'll have to kind of grab opposite forearms, right? You're trying to lay those arms, though, behind you. Look at me, Sage. And then bring awareness as you bring in the breath to your shoulders. Where do you want to hold them, right? Breathe into them a few times. Just where are they comfortable, but just a little stretch going in the shoulders. And then let's do some pelvic tilts. Your butt does not lift from the mat. Inhale, just arch the back away from the mat. So your butt stays down. You just inhale and arch the lower back away from the mat. Exhale, release back down. Pelvic tilts, right? You can move the awareness good. You can move it in both places as you breathe that infinite intelligence, right, into your body. You can move it to the shoulders and the lower back as you begin opening up the body. Expanding as you're part of the whole universe, an important part. You're expanding your every breath, lifting out, expanding. Give me about 3 or 4 more pelvic tilts. When you're ready, let's go ahead and give yourself a hug now, walking the fingertips to the shoulders. So we're going to hug this way, trying to get the fingertips to the back of the shoulder blades, right, to the scapula bones. And this is a little awkward, but you still should be able to move the head. Let's exhale, lower both knees to either side of the mat. Inhale, bring the knees to center. Exhale, lower the knees the other side. And you can move the head as best you can from this position. As the knees drop to the right, say, you move the head as best you can to the left. There'll be plenty of opportunity to turn the head later. I decided just to do this one as a little different way to start our practice. Warming up the shoulders. These are moving spinal twists. Check in with the breath. Make a note of which elbow is closest to your chin. It's either your left or right. When you get to center, go ahead and stop and give yourself another nice deep hug. And then resume with moving spinal twists. And if it works for you, try to move the head the opposite way the knees are dropping. So variety is what I like to bring, to teach us to learn. I'm always trying to learn new sequences and poses. And today we have some new stuff, which always seems to be the case. Let's do about 4 more moving spinal twists with hugging shoulders. And when you get back to center, let's straighten your left leg on the mat and hug in your right leg. Some more hugs all around that right leg. Lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Move your forehead toward the right knee. And spread all 10 toes. Just breathing here for a few moments. Stretching out the hips and groin. Since your hands are so close to that right foot, you can uncurl the toes now. Reach down and see if you can grab the right foot on both sides and bring that delightful foot up to the heavens. If it's a little challenging for you, just grab up as high as you can on the leg. But you can bring your awareness at least for 5 breaths if you can hold on to the fingers, the wrists, as you breathe into them, right? Circulation is going to improve. Strength is going to come in. If you have any issues there, good stuff. And if you need to now, you can release the head and shoulders down to the mat, but still hold up relatively high on the leg, or you can stay on the foot. You can tick-tock that leg side to side and pulling it as you're breathing towards your body, towards your head. And when you're ready, go ahead and set that right foot down, but we're going to have a bent right leg, right? Now, let's lift your head and shoulders off the mat just barely. Bring both hands to the inside of that right leg that's bent. I'm waiting, Jill. But no, look at Jill, Sage. The foot stays down. Now exhale up a little higher, and then hold there as you give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now release down for a moment. And you're releasing down. Your head and shoulders are still up. Bring the hands on either side of that right thigh. Exhale up. Holding there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Bring both hands now to the outside of that right thigh. Exhale up, and then hold there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now release all the way down. Bring your arms out like wings. Listen carefully. Lift your right foot and set the bottom of the right foot on top of the left thigh, just above the knee, and lower that right knee to the left side of the mat. Oh, turn your head to the right and take a little rest and a spinal twist. So you're going to go to your left, Sage, with that knee. Good. Sage, you're coming this way. Bring it over. Get up on that hip. Twist. There you go. Keep it coming. There it is. Head turns to the right, and breath comes in. Good. So I was reading about prana to a class. You have vibrant health when the prana is moving in your body without any physical blockages. And we can get mental blockages and even emotional blockages. When you can release all that, you can have vibrant health. Sometimes it goes beyond the physical, and yoga helps restore that. When you're ready, let's come back to center. We don't have to hug the knees in just yet, because we're going to hug in the left knee, straighten the right leg, hug in the left knee with both hands. Right? Left knee gets hugged in, head and shoulders lift up off the mat, move the forehead toward the knee. Spread all 10 toes as the breath continues. Toes are spread. I need a couple more breaths. When you're ready, see if you can reach your hands grabbing either side of that left foot. You can unspread the toes, bring that delightful foot up to the heavens. And bring in the breath. I'm hoping you can hold your head and shoulders up, holding up as high as you can, trying to strengthen the fingers, breathing into the fingers and wrists. We want to make sure we keep those important hands throughout the rest of our life. We want good circulation, good strength. I'm always strengthening my grip. When you're ready, you can release down your head and shoulders if you choose to, but try to hold up high enough so your grip is still being strengthened. And then you can tick-tock the legs side to side, pulling it toward you as well. There's Ron up at the front desk. I hope he's nice and loose and limber. We miss Ron, but he's on his own path, right? He looks good. He looks good. Give me a couple more breaths, please. Very nice. When you're ready, you can release your head and shoulders back down to the mat. And set that left foot on the mat. So the left leg is bent, the right leg is straight. Lift your head and shoulders up, but this doesn't take any effort. I haven't lifted farther than this. Both hands will start on the inside of the left thigh. When you're ready, exhale. Now you've lifted up. That exhale has helped you, hasn't it? And you're holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Then release down to that resting place and bring one hand on either side of that left thigh. And when you have an exhale, bring it up. And then hold for 4, 3. Nobody feels that, right? Release down. Carol, you don't feel that?
I feel it.
Oh, too bad. Bring both hands on the outside. Did you exhale your way up? And then hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down. Bring your arms out like wings. Step the left foot on top of the right thigh, right? No. Step the left foot up here first. And then turn to your right, finding a nice spinal twist. When you find your spinal twist, head turns to the left, and the breath continues. So the prana we're talking about as the whole universe, we're supposed to be a microcosm of the universe. That yoga helps move you back to who you really are. Perfection, happiness, desireless, peacefulness. And when you realize that that's who you really are, and then the prana begins to flow. The infinite intelligence helping you with any ailment that you may have, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. And that's all yoga is. Helping you find out who you really are. A perfect, infinite, peaceful, blissful, happy being. When you're ready, let's roll back to center, and we won't hug in the knees just yet. We'll do some kind of counter. Bend both knees, though, feet are on the mat. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms to the heavens. Arms are right over your chest, right? Inhale, lift the butt, and maybe both arms go with you, touching the pinky fingers to the rug behind you. Exhale, butt releases down. Arms come back over the chest. Arch pose with flipped, moving palms. And once again, right, you can bring a little bit of awareness to the fingers as you're breathing the entire intelligence of the universe into the hands, the wrists, opening them up, and also the lower back as you lift and explore. Getting ready for more to come. Give me about 5 more arch pose with flipped palms, moving flipped palms. Good. We'll do one more in this sequence. Give me one more arch pose, please. And release down. Let's find modified pigeon. Last one in the sequence. Take either ankle, right, up to the knee. Place that ankle on the knee. And then push that leg with the closest hand as you bring awareness to the hip, right? You're okay. If you want to rush it, that's fine, right? Can you feel the hip? Are you breathing into that area? Can you feel it? Sometimes it takes a little more. Sometimes I have to take 3 or 4 breaths where I really feel it. When you're ready, make sure that foot is flexed so the ankle is fused. Reach behind the thigh that holds that ankle and pull those legs up. Your left thigh, Sarah. And the breath comes in as you open up your hip, right? So you can bring both hands behind that thigh, Sage, if that'll work. And if you want, that foot goes up to the heavens, the free foot. Good. And the breath comes in. And we won't stay here long, as we've got good awareness going on 3 years here. You got a good feel for your hips, right? Good. So the windshield wiper that takes place, windshield wipers, washing machine that takes place, opening you up from the physiologically, helps relax you. Better helping that prana to heal you, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. Give me 2 more breaths, or 3 or 4 if you want. You could begin releasing out and setting up for the other side. So whenever you're ready, you can begin that process. Make sure you, once you're set, you push that leg, bringing awareness to the other hip. And then, what? I didn't say anything. And then when you're ready, go ahead and reach behind the thigh that holds the knee. Yeah. And when you're ready, go ahead and reach behind the thigh that holds that ankle. Modified pigeon. So I had on here to do pigeon today, as I did this class the first time last night, but it didn't work. We'll have to do it another class time. So Sarah, that foot will be flexed, that other foot. And that way the ankle is fused. How's it going? We missed Ken on Monday. Just letting you know, we had 14 in class. It's a big class. It would have been even a bigger class, but it's just one of those things. Come when you can. Whenever you're ready, release down. Take a break. Do absolutely nothing. As you're taking these 10 breaths, you can visualize. Right? First part of movement, usually, you can include any kind of movement, whether it's a pose or not. Visualize how you're going to maneuver your body to your stomach. Do not have to move your head facing me as I will walk about the room. When you're ready, you can begin that process. Just find yourself comfortable when you get there. You can stack the hands. You can either place the chin on the hands, or you can take the side of your cheek to the hands, whatever is best for you. And take a moment when you get there just to relax and bring awareness to the lower back. This is a process we go through every 3 classes or so. And if you had a longer practice, it's possible we could do this every other class or even every class. Let's bend both knees. Now notice your feet are facing the heavens, or you have a 90-degree angle, which is where I want you. And when you're ready, just tick-tock both legs side to side together, right? Both legs together, just like moving spinal twist. I wouldn't go too fast here, but I also don't want you going slow enough to match the breath with the movement, not like spinal twist, exhaling and lowering. But go just slow enough where you just feel like you have a nice rhythm. We're going to be doing a few of these moves. I forget what this was called. I don't think they called it much of anything. Now, let's go in a either clockwise or counterclockwise movement, whereas the feet almost touch the mat or the rug, right? They're coming up and they're rotating back down. Breath is deep and effortless. And you've chosen one direction. When you're ready, let's find the other direction. Give me one more, maybe 2. When you're ready, releasing. Let's straighten the legs as you release down. Take a moment. Now, See if you can get the hands underneath the thighs. And the head and shoulders lift up in the front and the legs in the back. And let's flutter the legs. Just a little kick. Don't go too fast or too vigorous. Just a little flutter of the feet. Soften the face. And breathe here. And give me a couple more breaths. And then go ahead and release down. And bring the hands back under the chin. Or you can turn your head to the side. Take a moment. So this is a little different sequence than we've ever done. Just a little stimulation, right? A little tickling of the muscles of the back. Let's bend the knees again and tick-tock them side to side. And go ahead and rotate them in either direction. And the other direction. So we're going to move into two more before we transition. One more rotation works for me. And then release the feet down to the mat again. Let's find navel pose with everything we've got again. This time, interlace the fingers behind the back. Behind the back, everything comes up, right? Shoulders, head, legs, knees, navel pose, or modified serpent, which we'll do in a moment. Just soften the face and ride on the breath. And I'm not trying at all to wear anybody out today. But give me 3 more deep breaths. And release down when you're ready. You can bring the hands under the chin. So last one in a moment. Serpent. Take a few more moments to rest. After several breaths, you can feel the tension release in that lower spine. Now, take a moment to look at what you're going to see me do. This time, the hips stay down. The legs stay down. This time, take a moment before you go. You're going to lift up to Serpent for a time until I tell you. And then you're going to, notice the shoulders are up. You're going to try to turn without touching the shoulder, holding here for a time. And then you'll turn the other way and holding for a time. And we'll go until I deem you worthy. When you're ready, interlace the fingers. Let's lift up. Just the trunk. Breath comes in. Hands, if you want, can lift away from the butt. That'll help you get a little more lift. And then turn to either side. Just turn. Make sure you're breathing. And that awareness, you can feel it right away. Different part of the back is being strengthened, and a little awareness right there, right? When you're ready, turn the other way. Try not to collapse the shoulder to the mat. Let's do it one more time. Turn the other way. Hang in there with me. Almost done. Hang in there. And last time, turn the other way. Head's up. Head is up. Excellent jobs. First time ever Serpent in this room. Release down. Stack the hands. Take a moment. When you're ready, bring the hands under the shoulders. Push back into child's pose. Okay, give me about 10 more breaths. As you're breathing, you can visualize how you're going to maneuver your body to table pose, but I also want the heads turned. I also want the heads turned to front. I think. I mean, I want to do that. I'm thinking this is where our class normally is. We'll stay this way. So you can begin moving when you're ready. Yeah, take all the time you need. That's fine. If you remember when I first did the class, I was a little bit anxious because I had never put anything on YouTube. But look, nobody watches these videos. Nobody. So I'm enjoying myself. Okay, from table pose. Today, I want the fingers wide. And then today I want you to rotate them to the outside, pointing away from each other. Take a moment to set up. From there, when you're ready, bend either leg, noticing I'm bending the knee and the foot's driving up to the heavens. The head comes up too, and I'm holding here in Scorpion for a time. Head comes up too, and I'm holding for 3 breaths. That's about 3. Now I'll exhale, chin to chest. Scoop the knee under, but don't touch the foot to the mat. Try to touch the knee to the head, forehead. Try to round the back. And 3, set that knee down. Bend the other leg as the foot drives up. I like the bent leg. The foot is the leader, lifting up. Head comes up. 3 breaths here. And that's 3. Round the back. Chin goes to the chest. Exhale the knee. Scooping under. Rounding the back. Holding there for 3. And that's 3. Set that knee down. Now you're on your own. Lift the other leg. And you're going to do just 2 more per leg. Head comes up with the leg. You're on your own. You're breathing 3 breaths. You just have to do 4 more. 2 more per leg. Make sure you alternate. Take a rest on the leg after you scooped it under. So still a little strengthener here, right? Still a little bit of a back strengthener. Weight bearing as well. A little bit of balance thrown in. Good, Sage, that's fine. Make sure you're breathing. Now when you finish your 4, right, and there's no rush, you're counting your own breath, then you'll drop down to your forearms. You'll rotate the wrist. Open and close the hands. And I hope you're breathing. But I like it. And then when you're finished, go ahead and take a break with the wrists and hands. So once again, right, the wrists are involved. There's a lot of work. You do yoga, I think you'll have good dexterity, good circulation in the hands and fingers, depending on what you do. Give me a few more breaths. As you visualize, we're going to come back up to table pose. When you're ready, make your way. This time, just traditional table pose, fingers out front. When you're ready, straighten your right leg straight behind you, hip height. Hold it there at hip height. Just breathing here. And try to keep the arms straight. Try not to collapse. That's where you're going to build strength, is holding the pose. But I'm not trying to wear you out. Move that right leg all the way to the left side of the body. Look over your left shoulder. Have a look at that back foot. Keep the integrity of the height of the leg as you breathe, and the face is soft. Doodle-doo, right? Now, if you see Holly here, she's going to set that foot down, curling the toes. So right leg is straight. Right? Same right leg is back. Right leg is still back, Linda. And now you're going to walk to your right with your hands. Keep walking to your right. And when you get near that back leg, look over your right shoulder and have a look at that, both feet maybe, breathing here. So a little different moving here for lateral bends. Good. Breathing. 3, 4. Releasing back to center. Walk your way back. When you get back to center, just set that right knee down. And get back to your nice table pose. Right? Nice balanced table pose. And extend the left leg straight back. Holding it there, holding a position. Try not to collapse the arms. Right? Just waiting for a nice lateral bend. When you're ready, move that left leg to the right side of the body. Look over your right shoulder. See if you can see that foot. See if you can keep the height of that foot to hip height. And don't collapse the arms. Right? You're doing fine. You're getting stronger by the minute. And when you're ready, go ahead and set that leg back down like we did the other, right? Leg is straight, toe is curled. Bring it back to center, Sage. But look where Jill's leg is. Just like so. Good. Walk the hands over to the right. To the left. Check that. Keep walking over to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Thank you, Sarah, for that. And then breathing here. Right? Good. So we've bent the back on this sequence. Forward and back. We've moved it laterally. We'll twist it a little. Let's come back to center and push back briefly in the child's pose. So this class, I really enjoyed teaching it. A lot of variety. Still a ways to go. Some new stuff. Or maybe some old stuff that we just mixed around a little. We'll see. When you're ready, come back up to table pose. So threading the needle now, twisting the back. When you're ready, take a peek up front here. You're going to take the back of your right hand to the mat. Now, but take a minute, because what I keep forgetting to do is when you get that right shoulder down, look at my head here. Wait a minute. I want you to see this, Sage. Right now my head is here as that comes down naturally. I want you to then, before you twist, I want you to see if you can move then your head to here. And then that arm comes behind the back. And then you're able maybe to get a little more twist. So when you're ready, go ahead. Once you get the shoulder down and set up, maybe then adjust the head looking up. And then when you're ready, bring that left arm behind the back and try to open that shoulder. As you exhale, that left shoulder opens up. And each time you exhale, you're trying to open up. This is a little awkward, yes, but the awkwardness is good for focus, right? And good for opening you up. When you're ready, come back up to table pose and watch what I'm going to do. I'm now going to extend my left leg straight out to the side. I'm going to bring that left arm again behind the back and boom, open that left shoulder up a lot more this time. As I breathe, I'm opening up. Each exhale, a little more. Good. And give me 2 more deep exhales as you get me maybe another millimeter of space in the body. Well done. When you're ready, set that left hand down and come back to table pose. Bring the back of your left hand to the mat. Back of your left hand touches the mat. Weave it between the right hand and the right knee. Keep on weaving it through, thread it through until that shoulder touches the mat. When you get comfortable, remember if you can move the head looking up, go ahead. When you get comfortable, that right arm goes behind the back and that shoulder opens up. In some ways this is a great twist because the hips are kind of not moving. You're just moving that upper body. Give me 3 more breaths. See if you can get that shoulder a little more open these last few breaths, right? Wonderfully done. When you're ready, come back up gracefully. Extend that right leg out to the side, right? No, to the side. And set it down, Jill. And bring your right arm behind the back, opening up the shoulder. Exhale comes in, and patiently each exhale, opening up a little more each time. And give me 2 more exhales. 2 more. Give me another millimeter of twist or more. When you're ready, release back down and find child's pose. Great job. So we're going to transition soon to standing and have more fun. So give me about 10 more breaths as you're breathing. You can be visualizing downward dog, right? Whenever you're ready, you can begin trying to find table again, curl the toes under, and push up to downward dog. As the breath comes in, right? As we dramatically move the lymphatic fluid through the body. And America's not doing any inversion. And this is a great way to keep vibrant health as the relaxation response that you're in, the body is relaxed, helps dilate the duct vessels that move those fluids around that wonderfully made body of yours. When you're ready, step either foot all the way up to the hands. If you can't get it there, reach back and pull it on up and show me your lunge. Step either foot. That's 1 foot only. And find a lunge first, right? Getting used to finding lunge. So sage, look to your right. See if you can get that foot up between the hands. That's one you're up front with, yeah. So the farther the foot's up away from you, the lower your butt is, right? So some of you need to see if you can get the foot up between the hands. If the foot's back, then the butt is up. It's not really a lunge, right? When you're ready, step the back foot to the front foot, forward fold. And then take a moment to get your balance and keeping your fingertips down by the toes, keeping your balance. And if you want, you can stretch out the legs a little bit, which I hope you do. Defining forward fold, though, you're moving the head toward the knees, you're folding the trunk toward the thighs. And each time you do it, you're working toward that position. And the compound movement is, yes, the back of the legs are stretching. And I sure hope you're breathing. When you're ready, come up to standing. So someone asked me last night, Melody, she's funny. It's the first time she went to my class, she was cracking up the whole time. I guess I can be funny on occasion. But for 3 times in a row, I'm dedicating the class to these people. She's raising her hand. I'm first time ever for me. But, Oh, that's right. She asked me, are there any balance poses today? I said, no. She said, good. No balance poses. But maybe there are in some ways, right? But it's really not written in as a balance pose. Let's find mountain. Feet are hip width. And I want you on your mat. I'm only here because of where everybody is. Everybody can see me. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Lay the head back. And let's stretch. As you inhale, you're lifting the fingertips up to the heavens. So we're going to talk about stretching for the next 5 minutes probably. Each inhale, you're stretching out. Bring the awareness. I know you're stretching the armpits and your tissue and muscle, but can you lift out of the waist? Can you feel like that spine is separating? Each individual vertebrae is lifting, right? Except for maybe the cervical, the neck. When you're ready, leave the arms in the air and bring the head to center. And you're ready. You're on your own. Give me 4 exhales in a lateral bend to your right. Just be patient here. As you exhale, trickle down laterally. And that's my third. You're counting 4. When you get to your 4th or 5th, it's up to you. You can inhale. You might be able to time an inhale to center. And then exhale the other side. And you're on your own, working your own lateral bend. When you finish your lateral bend, return to center, release the arms. Okay, so now we're working with take me to your leader, right? Your feet are still in mountain, they're hip width, and bend the knees, dig the 2 fingers in between the big toes, big toe and the second toe, and then release the head. Breath comes in as you try to straighten the legs. If you have socks, you just do the best you can. Now, if your legs are straight, then you're pulling the head down. Now I want you to bring awareness to the stretch. Not only are you stretching the back of your legs, you're stretching your spine. And you'll begin to see this as we run through this 3 times in 3 different orientations. But that's what's happening. And as the spine separates from itself, that's good stuff. Give me 2 more, maybe 3 more breaths. Very nice, everybody. When you're ready, return to standing. As you come up, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, lay the head back, push the groin forward, open the heart, and bring in the breath in chest expander. Little counter pose for the forward fold you just did. Make sure the breath is deep and effortless. As the breath exhales, you may be able to go a little deeper. Today isn't really a back bend day, as we had that Monday. So taking another breath or 2 works fine for me. Beginning to release to center. Release the hands and check mountain pose. Feet should be hip width. This time, and all the times we have to bend the knees to get our balance, you're going to try to get the toe, the big toe, to where the wrist bends. And my pinky and big and thumb are wrapped around the outside of the foot. And then release the head and try to straighten the legs. Awareness is in the legs, of course, but also feel the stretch of the vertebrae. Head is released. And pull as you breathe and explore the feeling of stretching the spine, right? In many ways, you hear these words. What's the word for this the chiropractors use when they hang you up? Traction. Exactly. Thank you. Tractioning the spine. And give me 3 or 4 breaths. That's it. There's a time limit, right? 3 or 4. Let's get a little more pull. And it's all good for you. Every single stretch is good. When you're ready, you can begin to release out. And this time as you come up, let's bring the hands to the hips and just give me a little back bend. Push the groin forward. Lay the head back. Open up the heart. And the breath is still deep and effortless. Good. Give me about 3 more breaths. That head laid back, right? if it's possible. Only if it's comfortable. No reason to injure yourself. Releasing. 3's a charm, right? This one I think is the best indicator, but I think it stretches your back in a different place. Of course, everybody's different. This is done in Bikram's 100-degree yoga classes. Okay? This time, you're going to bend the knees enough so you can lift the heel and get the fingers under the heels. Then release the head and try to straighten the legs. And breath continues. Last one, but let's go ahead, explore. If your legs are straight, nicely done, Linda, then you can pull the head down toward the feet as well. And the breath comes in as you explore stretching. And give me about 3 more deep breaths. So there's a time limit. So let's do some pulling. Do some tractioning. And then gently make your way back up to standing. When you come up, let's do 1971 PBS Lilius yoga. And she liked to do back bends this way. Lay the head back, open the heart, push the groin forward, and the breath comes in. As the hands go back, the groin goes forward. So try to get the hands back. As the hands go back too, the back bend deepens. And give me 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, releasing back out. Okay, good job. So I'm going to come over here next to Sage. You'll all find the length of your mat. We're coming out to about here. Now, Monday we went to wide angle, where my feet, this is still wide, but I go about here. Sage, you can probably go a little wider. That's perfect. And then bring the feet out 45 degrees. Bullwinkle arms. Boom. And then exhale. Goddess pose. 4 exhales. As the exhale comes, dip down. 4 breaths. And then just stay here for just a moment. Again, I'm not trying to exhaust you. I'm trying to strengthen the stabilizing muscles of the knees and then release back up. You can release the arms. Bring the feet back to parallel with each other so you have a nice foundation. Stand. Turn the right foot out to the right and test your warrior stance. Right? Now, sometimes when I turn my foot out, I'm out of balance. My feet kind of move with that rotation. Okay? So when you're in warrior, you've got the right knee bent. When you're ready, rotate hips and shoulders toward that right thigh. Interlace the fingers. Lay the head back. Find heavenly warrior. Breathing here. Good. Give me a couple breaths. And then find warrior 2. Right fingertips out in front. Look to your left. Make sure both fingertips and arms are in line with each other. And look back. Laser focus on the right fingertips. Now turn to your right. Turn to your right. Keep turning to your right. Bring the left fingertips out front. And bring your right arm behind the back. Hold that right arm there. See if you can twist a little more to the right. Looking to the right. Finding a nice twisted warrior. And then release. Let's release the arms. Let the arms go. See if you can get your left hand down to the mat on the inside of that right foot. Right arm straight up to the heavens, side angle. Breathing here. And we're winding down in a moment. Hang in there with me. You're trying to twist, though. Give me 3 more breaths as you try to look up to the fingertips and you try to open that shoulder up, right? Wonderfully done. Listen carefully. Bring both hands down to the mat on either side of that front foot. Turn the heel up the back foot. Turn that heel up in the back. And step the front. That's, yes. You were ahead of me. Step the front foot back to, step the back foot to the front to forward fold. You weren't ahead of me, Sarah. But we'll reverse that next time. Forward fold, fingertips on the mat. Just do a little stretching, a little catching up your breath and focus. When you're ready, come up to standing. Yeah, so that's why we've got to get used. We came out of warrior, and I'm basically in lunge from warrior if I'm deep enough, right? And then I'm in lunge here. Okay, so let's go the other side now. Find a wide stance for goddess. And now, when you get your stance, you can turn your feet out 45 degrees. Bullwinkle arms. Exhale down. Exhale down. Try to keep your posture straight, and then hold here. If you want, you can say, "Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat." Never said that before, have I? No, I know. Release. And then bring the feet back to parallel, right? This time, turn the left foot out and test your warrior, right? You're breathing. You're bending that knee. And when you're ready, rotate hips and shoulders toward the left thigh. Interlace the fingers, lay the head back. Boom. Heavenly warrior. You're looking up to the heavens. Fantastic. Let's bring left fingers out in front in warrior 2, right? Left fingers out in front with the left toe. Look to your right, make sure both hands in line with each other. And then laser focus back on the left fingertips, warrior 2. Now turn to your left. Both arms turn. Get the right fingertips in front. Left arm wraps around the back. Keep turning to your left. Use that leverage, the left hand. Turn your head as well. Give me a few more breaths here. Good, good. So your head is turned to the left. Your shoulders opening. You're fighting for more flexibility. And then go ahead and release back to center. Release the arms. Take your right hand down to the mat. Next to the left front foot. Left arm up to the heavens. Side angle. Breath comes in. And again, second to last pose of the day. See if you can twist. Opening up. Good. You're much wider. Both hands to the mat on either side of that front foot. Don't get ahead of me. Turn that back foot heel up. Step the front foot back to downward dog. Take a moment here to show me your poise, right? You're poised well. Piece of cake. Breath is deep. When you're ready, with great care and control and gentleness, set those beautiful knees down to the mat and push into child's pose. You can let your mind and body know that practice is over, so you can release the deep breathing. And just stay here for at least another 20 breaths as you just do nothing. Begin relaxating, the relaxation process. And in a few moments, keep breathing, keep relaxing, we'll find the most important pose in all of yoga. great focus today. Wonderful effort. I was thinking earlier in the practice just how a lot of my classes, if not all, are just, everybody is just so focused. They're internalizing their yoga, which is, it's everything. You guys do that as good as anyone. When you're ready, you can begin thinking about maneuvering your body, right, to the most important pose in all of yoga. If you need to hug the knees in, or do some arch pose, right, or lift the butt off the mat, whatever your body is telling you to do. Otherwise, relax. As you bring your awareness back to the moment, stretch out any way that works best for your body today, and eventually mindfully make your way to a comfortable seated position. That song?
That song.
Oh, well, we'll write it down.
What is the name of that? Do you know?
I'll be happy to get it for you after class, because it's another 9 minutes playing. It's about a 15-minute song.
So do you think that's an organ? I think maybe it's an organ of the key that they press down and let it just vibrate. Yeah, I like it.
Did you like the song?
It's very relaxing.
I hope you liked the class, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That class too easy?
No.
I like teaching the class. For some reason, I woke up this morning and I just looked forward to it today. I just know it's a real good class or opening up. I never know the class until I teach it for the first time, because I make a new class plan every time. Let's bring our hands together near the heart center. As always, thank you all for such a delightful, splendid effort sharing your practice with me and with each other today. Today's closing is from a book someone lent me, Meditations on the Mat. This one simply says, "Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape." I hope the rest of your day is a pleasant one. Namaste. You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure.